Started with, I think, CPVC pipes in the beginning and then now become the third largest player in the Indian pipe industry. And it is a market leader in the CPVC pipes and it has a market share of what I think around 25-26%. So basically a quarter
Hmm.
of the CPVC pipe is handled by Astral itself. And at the same time, investors always look at the forward looking companies which look are very good with the strategies and have a good foresight and they give good guidance, give you good growth plans for the company.
उसका ट्रांजिशन हुआ था फ्रॉम दीवार के पीछे से, फ्रॉम दीवार के आगे से. हाय गाइस, नमस्कार दर्शक दर्शक मित्रों. हमें एक सलाह मिले हमारे वीडियो के व्यूअर्स से कि थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी बात किया करो. तो हम इस बात
अच्छा,
से
शुद्ध हिंदी थोड़ी बोलना
कोशिश
होता है।
कोशिश करेंगे कि हिंदी में वार्तालाप करें और आप तक शेयर के बारे में बात करेंगे. तो आई थिंक इस बार हम बात करने वाले हैं टाइटन पे. नहीं, मस्ती कर रहा हूँ. आपने थंबनेल तो देख लिया होगा, एस्टेल में बात कर रहे हैं. तो व्हाट इज क्या चल रहा है एस्टेल में? व्हाट्स रॉन्ग विद एस्टेल? बिकॉज a few times back it was amongst the investor favorite company, trading at a premium compared to peers due to its strong brand equity and a good market penetration that it has, even though it's third largest player in pipe industry. Although it's a leader in CPVC pipes, which is I think where the transition went from metal pipes to CPVC. So उसकी वजह से उसको अच्छा सा प्रीमियम मिल रहा था, स्टॉक भी अच्छा सा चल रहा था, एंड एवरीथिंग वाज गोइंग गुड. बट सडनली इफ यू लुक एट द लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स, मार्केट तो गिरा ही है, बट उसके साथ साथ स्टॉक प्राइस ऑफ एस्ट्रल हैज फॉलन बाय 25% फ्रॉम इट्स पीक. सो आई थिंक उसी पे हम बात करेंगे आज की उसके साथ क्या गलत हुआ, क्या प्रॉब्लम आए उसके बिजनेस में. और उसके बाद हम ये भी थोड़ा सा ट्राई करेंगे बोलना कि can it regain its significance or brilliance that it had previously. तो क्या ये टेम्पररी है, परमानेंट है, क्या स्ट्रक्चरल चेंजेस आ गए हैं, इट्स मोर लाइक अ ब्लिप इन द लॉन्ग टर्म. सो आई थिंक उसी के लिए बात करेंगे. बट आई थिंक बिफोर स्टार्टिंग दैट, मे बी प्रतीक, यू वांट टू हाईलाइट दैट व्हाई एस्ट्रल वाज इन फैक्ट the captivated growth story that it was, and why everyone kind of liked it. In some, even some investor coined it as some coffee can stock also, which like you invest and forget. But I don't think so that strategy will work in this market anymore. But yeah, you want to highlight that, then you can go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So, Astral, it's a household name now. It's not just a pipe company. So basically, it
Yeah.
has redefined plumbing in India, and
Hmm.
it it has started with, I think, CPVC pipes in the beginning, and then now become the third largest player in the Indian pipe industry. And it is a market leader in the CPVC pipes, and it has a market share of what I think around 25-26%. So basically, a quarter
Hmm.
of the CPVC pipe is handled by Astral itself. And at the same time, all investors always look at the forward-looking companies which look are very good with the strategies and have a good foresight, and they give good guidance, give you good growth plans for the company. Astral did the same,
Hmm.
and Astral had a good strategic foresight. So what Astral did was, it was one of the first companies, and it was one of the early movers to capitalize on the shift from the unorganized to the organized markets. Which and how they did that was, they became very aggressive when it comes to their branding. So I think they started featuring Bollywood stars. They also, did some IPL sponsorships. And as we know, cricket and movies are the best source of entertainment for us Indians. So, and hence the company became a
And
household
elections
name.
also. Election also is a very good source of entertainment. Since we're in the middle of it, so might as well.
Definitely. So yeah, and that had happened, and at the same time, the company also, knew that a single source of revenue, pipes can't just be the single source of revenue because after a point there will be competition in this particular industry itself. At that time, also company had the foresight, to diversify its business into adhesives, sanitary ware, water tanks. So it basically created a one-stop solution for the customers. It made it very convenient for customer कि हाँ भाई पाइप चाहिए Astral, sanitary ware adhesive चाहिए मैं Astral जाएगा. So that way it became very famous, you know. And at the same time, Astral has, you know, a reputation for premium products. कि हाँ भाई Astral का नाम सुना है तो मतलब हाँ माल अच्छा होगा, quality माल होगा Astral का. And because that helped them getting, you know, industry best margins as well. But and Astral at one point, you know, was a darling of investors. But you know, as everyone knows, there's not always a, you know, one side move. You always have, there will be hiccups in the journey. And same, that has happened with Astral. In fact, there have been hiccups in the journey. So Chaitanya, you know, if you could highlight what is happening with Astral currently, like, is there something wrong or is it just a temporary change? So yeah.
Yeah, so I think before that, there's very one point which was highlighted in the whole astral journey was उसका ट्रांजिशन हुआ था from दीवार के पीछे से from दीवार के आगे से. So earlier in pipe they used to be like in the दीवार के पीछे लगते हैं ना pipe. So then they started
Mm-hmm.
going दीवार के आगे, which is like sanitary, your sink and your washroom commodes and all those things they started making. That was a wonderful kind of a story that investor liked because of course दीवार के पीछे नो वन कैर्स कौन सी पाइप है और उसमें थोड़ा सा भी ब्रांडिंग का इधर उधर चल जाता है. But when it comes to your sinks and all, everyone wants the premium looking sinks in their houses, right? Whenever guest comes on, because of those reasons. So that's where the branding really helped the Astral. I just still remember the Salman Khan ad of Astral, which was very popular. So that has been a prominent ad in that, and that has really helped them. But I think,
भाई
as you
मेरे को नहीं
mentioned,
पता था
there
सलमान
is
खान ने Astral के लिए ऐड किया है.
yeah, he did very, very.
Oh.
He was, I think, for a long time, he was the sole like a brand ambassador for Astral. Now, of course, there are many, and this trend is, observed across the pipes. And for Prince Pipe, Akshay Kumar is the brand ambassador. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what is it with pipes and Bollywood star, but yeah, it seems to be helping them. But
There
as
must
you
be
said,
like
I think,
at this Salman Khan को movie promotion के लिए Astral Pipes की ad डाल रहे थे
yeah,
during the
exactly. So that was also very significant. But I think in this company which makes pipe, there was cracks in the pipelines as well. So and that's why the stock performance had taken a hit. Because the main primary reason was its second quarter result, second quarter of FY25, because the revenue remained flat, but at the same time, EBITDA fell by 6% year on year. So, and also that was of course, EBITDA fell because of the EBITDA margin fall. So it also went from 17% to 16%. So it started raising eyebrows, कि भाई ये तो प्रीमियम में जा रहा था, ये तो अच्छे ब्रांड्स, हाई मार्जिन लो वॉल्यूम बिजनेस में जा रहा है. एट द सेम टाइम मार्जिन वॉल्यूम तो ठीक है बढ़ रहा है लेकिन रेवेन्यू बढ़ नहीं रहा और उसके सामने एबिटा फॉल हो रहा है. सो क्या रीजंस थे उसके पीछे? So there were multiple reasons. I will try to summarize it very quickly here. So primary reason was because as you know, PVC is basically a commodity thing. So it's based on PVC prices. So वो prices कम हो गए, so that of course gonna happen. So what happens in the industry is that whenever the distributor, because these companies don't sell to customer directly, right? They sell to distributor. And distributor, what they do is if they see that prices are falling, they stop buying because they think कि आगे जाकर प्राइस कम होगा तब मैं लोड अप कर लूंगा और फिर वापस से जब पीवीसी प्राइस बढ़ेगा तब मैं हायर मार्जिन नहीं बट एटलीस्ट मार्केट प्राइस में भी बेचूंगा तो मेरा बीच का स्प्रेड बढ़ेगा. तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, दे स्टॉप बाइंग और अपनी इन्वेंटरी को रीस्टॉक करते जाते हैं. तो उसकी वजह से जो नई बाइंग होती है कंपनीज के पास से वो कम हो जाती है. सेम हुआ इस क्वार्टर में 13 और 14% ड्रॉप हुआ पीवीसी प्राइसेस में और उसकी वजह से डीलर ने रीस्टॉकिंग स्टार्ट कर दिया, नए ऑर्डर्स बंद कर दिए. सेकंड इज कॉस्ट बढ़ गया बिकॉज सी आपका प्रोडक्शन वो तो चालू ही है कि इरिस्पेक्टिव हो कहीं से भी रेवेन्यू आ. तो दैट फिक्स कॉस्ट इज देयर. एडिशनली क्या हुआ कि ये जो नए प्रोडक्ट्स की हम बात कर रहे थे उसके लिए उन्होंने एक्सपेंशन और वो सब कर दिया था बट वो तो फिक्स कॉस्ट है. तो रेवेन्यू अगर नहीं बढ़ेगा और फिक्स कॉस्ट आपका बढ़ेगा तो डेफिनेटली मार्जिन पे हिट आएगा. दैट हैपन. और उनका थोड़ा सा एडिसिव डिवीजन है यूके में, तो उसमें भी उन लोगों को कुछ थोड़ा सा बढ़ाने के लिए मैन पावर एडिशन करना पड़ा था. दैट ऑल्सो इंक्रीज कॉस्ट. थर्ड इज रेनी सीजन. एज वी ऑल नो दैट रेनी सीजन में क्या होता है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट बैक सीट ले जाते हैं, बिकॉज बारिश में ऑफकोर्स काम करना इज नॉट दैट इजी। तो उसकी वजह से इस बार का अगर आपने देखा होगा तो रेनी सीजन बहुत ही लंबा था, हीट वेव भी उतना था और रेनी सीजन भी उतना था। तो उसकी वजह से सम ऑफ द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट विच इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट रेवेन्यू ड्राइवर फॉर एस्ट्रल, उसने थोड़ा सा बैक सीट ले लिया और इसकी वजह से इंफ्रा डिमांड भी कम हो गई। देन एज आई मेंशन, इन्वेंट्री की वजह से उनको थोड़ा सा हिट लेना पड़ा, बिकॉज पीवीसी प्राइस कम होती है तो उनके इन्वेंट्री में जो भी प्रोडक्ट पड़े उनको भी वो मार्क टू मार्केट करना पड़ता है। तो उसकी वजह से भी उनको 10 से 15 करोड़ का लॉस वहां पे हुआ। सो ऐसे बहुत ही 3-4 मल्टीपल कारणों की वजह से उनका ओवरऑल जो इम्पैक्ट है इतना दिखा कि 6% उनका वॉल्यूम कम हो गया। बट अच्छी बात यह है कि मैनेजमेंट हैज रिमेन कॉन्फिडेंट। तो उन्होंने दे हैवंट टेक अ स्टेप बैक सेइंग दैट वी विल recalibrate our strategy, nothing like that. They are still focused on the long term vision of expanding their product portfolio to more of a premium products, and they see that these headwinds are going to be transient. So आने वाले क्वार्टर्स में ये अच्छा हो जाना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू द मैनेजमेंट। but of course that's the management viewpoint, but what is actually there in the number? So, and is there anything which is supporting this view of management? So I think Harsh might be able to highlight that how does Astral look for going forward.
Yeah, surely, Chaitanya, as you mentioned, this second quarter has not been very good for Astral. But seeing this management confidence, what the management is trying to do right now is they are trying to lay groundwork for their future growth. So basically, they are going high on capex. Okay, and in capex, the expansion initiatives that they are taking is the Hyderabad plant, which they have for production of pipes and water tank. It was started with the initial capacity of 21,000 metric tons, and they are expected to scale it at 70,000 metric tons. So, which will be approx 24% of its current production capacity.
Okay.
After that, there's a Gelot plant, which is where production of fittings will begin, and the capacity of that plant will be something around 4,000 metric tons. Okay. After that, there are OPVC production. So they are trying to take two new OPVC machines, and it will be commissioned by third quarter, and it will be adding a good capacity to their high demand segment. Okay, and after that, there's their Kanpur plant. Okay, so trials for water tank and other products are on track for their fourth quarter, and full production will kick off in somewhere FY26. Okay, so beyond this expansion, also there are few rays of hope that we can see. So as you mentioned, Estel is coming Diwar ke aage also. So bathware segment, they are seeing a good traction. So they are noticing around 63% year-on-year growth, and after that, their recent manpower addition in the adhesive section in UK. So that is also gaining a traction of 9% year on year. Okay, and so we see that and that adhesive section in Q2 there was a solid EBITDA margin of 15%. So
Right.
with this, so Estel right now has a superior product mix. They are focusing on cost. They have a strong balance sheet. Okay, coupled with this new product launch, and they are improving their reach around the world. So they are improving their UK operations also. So this will position Estel for a good future growth despite the current challenges that they have. So it can
So
be
I think
noticed.
I think they are not only doing premiumization by diversifying into new products, they are also trying to do a premiumization in their existing product. As you mentioned, their OPVC production. So OPVC is something different than CPVC. So क्या होता है? CPVC is a very high temperature resistance pipe. So it is meant for in extreme heat or something like that. But OPVC on the other hand, which is oriented PVC, it is used for chemical pipes. So basically, it is a corrosion-free pipe. They are not able to withstand that much high resistance, high temperature. Sorry, but at the same time, they are corrosion-free and very useful in the chemical, because chemical can also have reaction with plastic and all those things. Sometimes we also see that acidic chemical, even at a normal room temperature, can melt the pipe because they are made of plastics. So that is a very high margin business again because of their new special. So it's sort of a very slight value addition, but that also will definitely help going forward, I think so, to Astro. So what is the view? Maybe Aditya would like to tell us after
तो
observing all
आदित्य कब
three
से
of us.
शांत बैठे
Yeah,
हो,
yeah.
थोड़ा ज्ञान दीजिए।
आज हम
हम
जरा
हमारी
सारे
हमारी
सारे
बातें कैसी
सबूत
लगी आपको
सारे सबूतों और गवाहों को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हम
मद्देनजर
इस
रखते
नतीजे पर
हुए?
आते हैं कि Uh, yeah, so talking really about jokes apart, Astral,
हम्म,
there is no doubt that Astral has given recently a very good dip into its price around 20-25% from its all-time high. And but yeah,
हम्म,
considering its dominant market share of 25% in CPVC market, which is again continuing the expansion in coming days,
हम्म,
so yeah, so ideally the efforts which has been taken by the management for continue branding and business to be striving and continuously growing is very commendable. Also, they have been adding, as you have mentioned, the very high growth segments like bathware, adhesives, which are yet
हम्म,
to pick up the that particular level of market share, or we can say it is still
हम्म,
organized in the sector, which will be pick up in coming days. Whereas, no doubt that stock is in some kinds of turbulent time, but government's schemes like Jal Jeevan Mission, which is the one of the major driver for tailwinds into the industry, whereas urbanization, where mostly cities are getting expanded and the things are getting changed day by day because of the sustained demand, we feel that Astral is it's still a good story for a long term. And yeah, it's not
हम्म,
about the star losing its shine, but it is about the time कि you should consider it into your watch list and adding some more value going forward. क्योंकि आखिर किसी ने
हम्म।
कहा है कि अमावस्या चाँद को भी ढक देती है, तो उसे भी चमकने के लिए थोड़ा समय तो लगेगा।
अरे
भाई शेर पे
अरे,
बात करनी थी, शेर नहीं करना था भाई।
जो भी हो, तो
अरे
हिंदी में शुरुआत किया और खत्म भी हिंदी में किया, बाकी सब तो जैसा का वैसा ही है।
इरशाद इरशाद।
तो हाँ, काफ़ी काफ़ी है। I mean it's a good
हम्म,
value add and every one should
या
consider as a portfolio
Yeah, one
stock.
should only consider because again, I think we
Yes.
like to give you the disclosure that this is not
Yeah,
a
not
investment
correct,
advice,
correct.
nothing. This is just for education and entertainment,
educational
which I hope,
purposes.
yeah, which I hope Aditya has provided you a good entertainment by
Absolutely.
his very extraordinary Amawaska share. And yeah, so I think it definitely deserves a place in your watch list if you're looking for it, and you might consider talking to a financial advisor for doing that. So I think that should be it for this week. तो लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए, क्योंकि आने वाले वक्त में हम अभी कोशिश करेंगे कि हिंदी और इंग्लिश
कुछ
का
नया,
मिला
कुछ
हुआ,
अच्छा
या
और बेहतर आपके
इंग्लिश
लिए ले आ पाएँ।
और बहुत नई क्या बोलते हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट
कंपनीज पर
न्यूज ऑफ कंपनीज पर भी, और कुछ नया आने वाला है, तो उसके लिए
ज़रूर।
भी स्टे ट्यून्ड. एंड या, सो दैट्स अ रैप फॉर दिस वीक. बाय बाय गाइस.
बाय।
बाय गाइस।